Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to episode 6 of 101. Today, we're going to be focusing on boost management, boost conservation, when to go for boost, what boost you should go for, what routes you should take around the pitch, and general movement and making sure you're ready to do what's needed of you on the pitch at all times. Now, for someone in a lower rank, you might think this is pretty simple. You just when you need boost, you go grab 100, and then you watch the ball and you get back into goal. But there's a lot more complicated things you should there's a lot of things to think about, and the movement side of this is something that many people in higher ranks still mess up from time to time. I don't think I do it too much, but I'm sure there's probably some scenarios where I do it. This is also a big part of shadowing the movement part that I'll talk about. But this replay, we're not going to be watching it, I'm just using it so I can show the pitch, right? So essentially, you obviously have your 4 100 boot. No, that's a great start. I'm GC, by the way. Yeah, your 6 100 boosts, 3 on that side, 3 on that side, right? And then you have all these 12 boosts everywhere, all over the pitch, right? Same on every single pitch. I'm 99.9% sure. I haven't actually checked that, but I feel like there's no way they aren't in the exact same place on every map. No, yeah, they definitely are. But we're not going to focus on these, because everyone knows when you really need boost, if you can get one of these, you grab it, right? Obviously. But we're going to be focusing on the 12 boosts, because no one seems to realise at lower ranks how unbelievably good they are. So, we're going to do it from my perspective. So we're blue team, right? We attack, and I end up in this corner over here. This boost is not here. I have no momentum. How am I going to get back, right? Let's say I'm facing like this, right? You want to get central because you want to be able to challenge the ball if they start dribbling. You want to help your teammate out. Or we're going to talk about team game modes because it's just simpler. One's is its own thing, but most of it will apply still. So most people will just go back in whatever style they want and which wouldn't really think about it. Whereas a good player would flip. They get supersonic as fast as they can. They'll do a diagonal flip here, probably tornado flip here to this one, diagonal flip to the right, diagonal flip to the right, and then sort of maybe wave dash, slide into goal. Right? There's these little differences of taking the inside route and not grabbing a 100 boost because are so key, because you get there so much faster. And you can have 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72 boosts by the time you get to your goal. And you'll get there way faster, and then there's more boost for your teammates. Now, some situations, you might see a guy going for a boost, a 100 boost, and you're like, oh, I can steal that. Do it, right? Each situation is its own thing, so it might not always be the best option if you need to get back as fast as possible, because you're the only one that's going to be able to stop the goal from happening, right? But in a situation where you're not needed immediately, I can't move. Our controller died. Okay, stealing boost from your opponents is very, very key, very, very good thing to do. It's really helpful. My controller doesn't want to turn on. But as a whole, it's just this part of it of boost management is really just following the routes. Right? If you're in the center, you flop around their goal as you're coming back, just go down the straight line if nothing else. Because look, what's that? 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72 again. 72 boosts and you're back in goal. Whereas if you would have gone down this line, you'd still have 0 boost, right? Or if you sort of just go in and out, then you're gonna end up with 24 boosts. But if you really follow the routes, so it's all just memorize it. It's really not that simple. There's a straight line, there's a curved line, right? Like an oval, a zero that goes around the middle line. And then if you get hundreds, if you want to get a 100 one, you have to go on the edge. That is, it's as simple as that. It really is. You either use the oval or use a straight line. Those are really your routes back. And the best thing about these is that it puts you in position to shadow defend, because shadow defend. Because if you follow this route, and even if you're facing the exact direction of the boost, if you're doing this, that's a really good position to be shadow defending in. Do you know what I mean? You're not crossing the post. You can cover near enough the whole goal, and you're grabbing boost at the same time, and you can be supersonic whilst going through it because you know you're grabbing boost. You keep tapping it, you can be supersonic. Which kindly and very nicely, I don't know if they kindly, moves us on to the next part, which is more speed management. Meaning, you know, you don't have to just constantly hold down boosts to be moving around the pitch really supersonic. So, actually, this is actually perfect. No, was it this guy? No, I don't think it was. Wait, one sec. So, here we have a situation. Well, I know I said I wasn't going to watch the replay, but I just thought of this earlier, because this is a guy I played earlier. I was helping him swim him through, so I showed him the VOD and went through with him what he did wrong. Okay. In this situation, he's doing fine. This is fine, right? He should have pushed towards me a bit more, but we're not talking too much about shadow defending right now. This is about boost conservation and moving around the pitch properly and whatnot. He's covering the goal. However, he's only covering the goal if he's already moving at speed, so he doesn't have to accelerate. Because, watch, I do a poor shot, which he should 100% save. He's not moving. He now needs to accelerate. He's so easy to read. Free bump. And he was barely getting to the ball anyway, even with a poor shot. So I'll watch it in full speed. So he's just stopped here. And it's just an easy goal, right? Whereas if he would have been driving towards the post, if nothing else, just driving at full driving speed, there is no way I get a bump off and he doesn't save it. He just clears it. I have to back off because I messed up my shot and didn't get a very powerful one, and he's fine. So this is the main sort of idea of what I'm talking about with moving around the pitch. Is if you were to watch a good player when they're moving around, especially in lower game modes like ones and twos mainly, although in threes as well, you'll never get someone sat around. They won't sit here and be watching. They won't sit here and when they're third man in threes. This is the easiest way to explain it. When you're third man, meaning one of your teammates is going for a pass, and the other one's going to try and score the chance so that hopefully comes up, right? And you're in your half, being third man. This is all your area, the only person in this whole area, right? There is no point sitting in one spot. There are two things you have to do in this situation. One, in some way or another, whether it's 12s or getting a 100 boost, make sure you have 100 boost. There's no reason for you to not have 100 boost at that point. Because you have all the time in the world to just... All you have to do is get boost and just keep ball cam on and keep an eye on the ball, so in case if you're like, oh, it's about to come back to my half, be ready for it, right? But the other thing you have to do is be moving around. Ideally, supersonic. Now, as I said, this doesn't mean you should be supersonic and still have 100 boost as well. This is where it comes in of like boost management. You're going to keep going around on the 12s, regardless of whether you get this to get to 100 boost, because you started on a low amount of boost or whatever. You're going to be driving through the 12s, you're going to keep tapping your boost into them, you're just going to keep driving around sort of figure eights and circles, and it doesn't really matter, right? Just sort of like patrolling around, and when, let's say the ball moves to the right side, you're going to gradually like sort of move yourself over to the right side. If the ball gets flung over to the left side, you're going to sort of, based on where you think the clear is going to go, right? Because obviously when they bang it out and then it's third man's job, your job to clear it back up again, right? You need to be moving around and you need to be ready. But if you're going faster and you're supersonic, if you're like, okay, they're not like air dribbling it, right? So I can push this. They've just cleared it. I can put the pressure straight back on again. If you're supersonic, you have so many more opportunities to get to that ball in a game. Whereas if you're sort of still, a lot more of them are going to be like, okay, if I was supersonic, I could have got that, but I'm not. I'm barely moving. So, key tips. Know your routes for getting the boost pads. Use the 12 boost all the time. When you're in goal, keep growing around these 4. Make sure you constantly have boost. You should never ever be at 0 boost, ever, in this game. If you're ever at 0, you're doing something severely wrong. And then, yeah, when you're third man, just make sure you're ready to go. Supersonic, bang, make the save. Never ever be still. You never want to be still in any situation. You always want to be moving around as fast as you can. The faster you're moving, the more pitch you can cover, basically, because let's say I'm here and I'm still, right? I'm exactly like below where I'm looking, right? Okay. I have like a certain area around me that I can reach in like a certain amount of time. But if I'm moving really supersonic in that situation, my range, let's say, is more like this, right? And that's such a bigger area of the pitch that you can cover. And that's not a proportional sort of, it's just to visualize like, oh, that's what you mean. You have more area where you can get to the ball. Okay, my controller's bugging out. This is fun. But yeah, hopefully that should be helpful for you, and you can keep it in mind while you're playing 1s, 2s, and 3s, and the other game modes as well. Obviously not drop shot, but yeah, hope you find that useful. I'll see you again for episode 7 tomorrow, and peace.